Good morning, my friend. Let me tell you something before the day gets away from you. There is more inside of you than you have ever let out into the world. You woke up this morning with breath in your lungs, which means God isn't done with you yet. That's not an accident. That's not random. That's a divine appointment. And the question I have for you is simple. Are you going to let today pass by like every other day, or are you going to step into the greatness you were created for? See, the enemy of potential is not failure. It's comfort. Most people don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they settle. You've got to make a decision this morning that settling is no longer an option. You woke up this morning. That means something. That means the God who created the heavens and the earth decided the world still needs what you have. The fact that you opened your eyes today is not a coincidence. It's not just another day on the calendar. It's a divine appointment, a fresh opportunity to become more, to do more, to give more, and to live more. But here's the challenge. Most people wake up like it's an accident. They roll out of bed with no direction, no drive, and no decision about who they're going to be. And then they wonder why life feels empty, why progress is slow, why success seems to skip over them. Let me tell you, purpose doesn't find you while you're waiting. Purpose finds you while you're moving. The first moments of your morning are the steering wheel for your entire day. If you grab your phone before you grab your thoughts, if you check notifications before you check in with your spirit, you're already letting the world set your agenda instead of your destiny. You've got to wake up like someone who knows they're on a mission. You've got to wake up like someone who understands that time is your most valuable currency, and every minute spent in hesitation is a minute stolen from your future. Every single sunrise is a blank check from God. You can spend it on worry, on procrastination, on doubt, or you can invest it in action, in learning, in building the life you were born to live. I want you to imagine for a moment that when you woke up this morning, heaven deposited 4 gold bars into your account. That's your 24 hours. What would you do if that gold was real? Would you leave it lying on the table? Would you give it away to people who don't value it? Or would you guard it, invest it, and turn it into something bigger? That's exactly how you need to treat your time today. Wake up with the awareness that the clock is ticking and your purpose is calling. Here's the thing. The day you waste is the day you can't get back. And too many people are gambling their future on the hope that tomorrow will be better while doing nothing to make today count. That's why you've got to wake up with a decision already made. Decide before your feet hit the floor that you will be intentional, that you will be present, that you will push forward no matter how you feel. Because feelings are unreliable. They come and go. Purpose is bigger than your feelings. Purpose is your assignment. And let me give you this truth. The way you start determines the way you finish. If you wake up sluggish, you'll move sluggish. If you wake up grateful, you'll move with power. Gratitude turns your morning into fuel. Instead of focusing on what's missing, you start seeing what's possible. Instead of rehearsing your limitations, you start activating your potential. You can't control every circumstance, but you can control the mindset you bring into the day. That mindset is the difference between average and exceptional. When you open your eyes, speak life into your own day. Tell yourself, today is mine. Today I'm moving closer to my destiny. Today I'm going to create, to serve, to grow, to win. When you wake up with that kind of fire, obstacles don't intimidate you. They energize you. challenges become opportunities. And suddenly, the things that used to slow you down start becoming the very things that sharpen your skills. The truth is, someone didn't wake up this morning. Someone's race ended yesterday, but you're still here. That means you're still in the game. Don't waste the chance. Wake up with purpose, live with purpose, and watch how your life begins to align with the greatness that's already inside you. You want to know the fastest way to kill your potential. Stay comfortable. Comfort is seductive. It whispers, "You're fine right here," while your dreams slowly suffocate in the background. Most people think failure is the biggest threat to success, but that's a lie. The real enemy is settling for less than you're capable of. The real danger is choosing safety over growth. Failure at least teaches you something. Comfort teaches you nothing except how to play small. And here's the truth. You cannot step into greatness without stepping out of the place that feels safe. Every breakthrough in your life will come with discomfort attached. You can't grow and stay the same at the same time. You can't become the next version of yourself while clinging to the habits of the old you. Comfort zones are like invisible prisons. You can see beyond them, but you can't step beyond them until you decide the pain of staying the same is worse than the fear of change. Right now, someone is living the life you dream about. Not because they're more talented or more gifted, but because they were willing to do the uncomfortable things you've been avoiding. Think about it. If a seed could talk, it would probably say that being buried in the dirt is uncomfortable. It's dark. It's lonely. It feels like an ending. But what looks like the end is really the beginning. That discomfort is what activates growth. That pressure is what pushes the roots deeper and the stem higher. Without it, the seed stays a seed forever. You're the same way. You're sitting on potential that will never break the surface if you keep avoiding the weight of growth. Comfort lies to you. It says, "Rest, you deserve it," when in reality it's robbing you of momentum. It says you're not ready, when in reality, readiness is built in the doing, not in the waiting. It says maybe tomorrow, when the only day you truly have is today. And here's the thing. Comfort will not knock on your door and announce it's holding you back. It will disguise itself as logic. It will show up as the voice of reason. It will even get support from the people around you who say, "Don't push too hard, just take it easy." But listen to me, easy never made anyone extraordinary. Every time you choose the hard thing over the easy thing, you are stretching your capacity. Every time you take a step forward when it would be simpler to stay put, you are proving to yourself that you can handle more. And that proof compounds. Suddenly, the challenges that used to intimidate you become your warm up. The fears that used to paralyze you become stepping stones. But none of that happens if you keep letting comfort dictate your moves. Let's be real, comfort is addictive. It's warm, it's familiar, and it's predictable. But the same familiarity that makes it feel safe is the same familiarity that will keep you stuck for the next 10 years. If you're serious about unlocking your potential, you've got to disrupt your routine. Do the thing you've been putting off. Have the conversation you've been avoiding. Start the project you've been delaying. It won't feel good at first, but it will feel worth it later. You're not here to blend in with the wallpaper of life. You're here to stand out, to create impact, to leave a mark that outlives you. That won't happen in the comfort zone. That only happens in the arena where there's risk, where there's uncertainty, where you have to show up and fight for your future. So stop negotiating with comfort. Stop letting it talk you out of the greatness you've been called to. Step out even if your legs shake. Move forward even if your voice trembles. Because every step away from comfort is a step toward the life you were designed to live. Everything you need to fulfill your destiny is already inside you. You've been credited with potential the moment you were born. God didn't send you here empty-handed. He equipped you with talents, gifts, creativity, resilience, and the ability to learn and adapt. The problem isn't that you're missing something. The problem is you're not using what you already have. Imagine having $1 million in your bank account, but never making a withdrawal. You could be living in abundance, yet you settle for scarcity because you never accessed what was already yours. That's how most people treat their potential. They carry it, but they never cash it in. Potential is not earned, it's inherited. But just because it's yours doesn't mean it's automatic. You have to activate it. You have to bring it out through faith, action, and discipline. Too many people are waiting for the right moment before they start moving. But the right moment is an illusion. The right moment is now. Every day you delay is a day you waste part of the treasure you've been given. And here's the truth. The longer you leave potential unused, the easier it becomes to forget you have it. Think about this. A seed doesn't look like a tree, but inside it, there's already everything it needs to become one. It doesn't need another seed. It doesn't need a new genetic code. It just needs to be planted, watered, and exposed to the right environment. You're the same way. You don't need someone to give you permission to grow. You don't need a better background, a different upbringing, or more favorable circumstances. You've got the raw material right now. The question is, will you plant it? Will you nurture it? Will you push past the dirt, the darkness, and the difficulty to let what's inside of you break through the surface? Potential unused becomes potential wasted. You can have the talent to sing, but never open your mouth. You can have the skill to lead, but never step up. You can have the mind to innovate, but never take the risk to create. And here's the danger. The world will let you hide. People won't always push you to bring out your best because your potential can make others uncomfortable. It can remind them of what they're not doing. That's why you can't wait for applause to start using what you've got. You have to decide that what God put in you is too valuable to bury. Every gift comes with a responsibility. If you have a sharp mind, you're responsible for sharpening it even more. If you have a voice, you're responsible for using it to speak truth and inspire change. If you have strength, you're responsible for building others up. Your potential isn't just for you, it's for the people you're meant to impact. When you don't use it, they miss out too. You have no idea how many lives could be transformed simply because you decided to show up fully as yourself. And here's the hook. Potential doesn't run out. It multiplies when you use it. The more you draw from it, the more it grows. The more you act in faith, the more capacity you develop. The more you push yourself, the more you discover new levels you didn't know existed. But you'll never find those levels if you keep waiting for someone to hand you something you've already been given. So the next time you catch yourself saying, I don't have what it takes, stop and realize you've been carrying it all along. The bank account is full. The key is in your hand. All that's left is to take action, to make the withdrawal, and to invest it into the life you were created to live. Because the world doesn't need another copy of someone else. It needs the full, unapologetic version of you operating at maximum capacity. Faith that doesn't move is not faith at all. You can talk about your dreams. You can pray about your goals. You can write them on a vision board and speak affirmations every morning. But until you take a step, nothing changes. Faith is not a spectator sport. It's an action plan. The very nature of faith demands that you move before you have all the answers. If you're waiting to see the entire road before you start driving, you'll be stuck in the parking lot for the rest of your life. Faith is taking that first step when you can only see the first step. And here's the hook. The path doesn't reveal itself to the one who waits. It reveals itself to the one who walks. Too many people confuse preparation with procrastination. They say they're waiting on a sign, but the truth is, the sign is that they woke up this morning. They already have breath in their lungs, vision in their heart, and the ability to start. What they're really waiting for is certainty, but faith is not certainty. Faith is confidence in the absence of certainty. You don't need to see the finish line to start running. You just need to trust that every step forward brings you closer. Think about it. The greatest stories of transformation in history didn't begin with people who had the perfect plan. They began with people who were willing to move when it didn't make sense. Noah built an ark before it ever rained. Abraham left his home without knowing his destination. Peter stepped out of the boat without knowing if he could stand on the water. They acted first, and the miracle met them in motion. That's how it works. Movement attracts momentum, and momentum attracts results. If you keep waiting for the conditions to be perfect, you'll be waiting forever. There will always be reasons to hesitate, fear, doubt, the opinions of others, the possibility of failure. But here's the truth: those reasons never disappear. You just get stronger than them. You don't wait for courage to arrive. You build courage by moving despite the fear. You don't wait for clarity. You gain clarity by doing. The vision becomes sharper as you walk toward it, not before. Picture yourself standing at the bottom of a staircase in the dark. You can't see the top. You can't see the second step. But you can see the first step right in front of you. Faith is putting your foot on that step, trusting that the next one will appear when it's time. And the more steps you take, the more of the staircase you see. Eventually, you realize you've climbed higher than you ever imagined, and the fear you felt at the bottom has been replaced by strength you didn't know you had. Some of you have been talking about starting that business for years, but you haven't made a single move. Some of you have been dreaming about writing that book, but the pages are still blank. Some of you have been saying you'll get in shape one day, but one day never comes. Let me tell you, one day is not on the calendar. The only day you can work with is today. Stop waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is the moment you decide to move. When you move in faith, you give God something to bless. You create space for opportunities to meet you. People you've never met start coming into your life. Doors you didn't know existed start to open. Resources you couldn't see suddenly become available. But none of that happens if you're still sitting still. The blessing is in the motion. The breakthrough is in the step you take today. So stop rehearsing your fears and start rehearsing your faith. Step out, move forward. Act now. Because the future you've been praying for, or is waiting on the other side of the step you refuse to take.